Hi everyone, and welcome to Caribbean Creators, where we interview innovative Jamaicans across the island. I'm your host, Brittany Brown, and with me today is Rashida Bignall from Rash Royalty Entertainment. Now, if you're into dancing, this one is for you. Welcome, Rashida.
Thank you for having me, Brittany.
Yes. Now, dancing. This has been a part of your life since age 5, but not many persons know that, you're into Latin dancing. Why did the love for Latin dancing spark? I mean, you could have done reggae, dancehall, but you focusing on Latin.
All right, so for me, I found out about Latin from I was 11. We had cable and I had nothing to watch, and then I started watching something that I've never watched before, which was a show. Commercial came on and I saw persons doing this kind of dance, and I'm like, I've never seen this before. At the age of 16, my aunt, she actually attended Latin at John Cuna Lounge that was at Hilton before the whole fire, and she introduced me to it from 16, and I've been dancing ever since. I was fascinated before I even knew that it was here in Jamaica, and when I found out, it was just history after that.
Now, you transformed that love for dance and for Latin, especially, into a business, Rash Royalty Entertainment. Yeah. Tell us about that.
All right, so Rash Royalty Entertainment is a company that assists persons with dancing. My core is Latin dancing, and from Latin dancing, I now teach persons how to dance for their first dance at their weddings. I have always been frustrated with persons going on the dance floor and rocking from left to right from this moment. So I decided that I wanted to be that change, and I started my business. I got my first client in 2018 for weddings, and I have been continuing since. But outside of wedding dances, I actually teach on Saturdays for persons who just want to learn about the art of it, because a lot of persons still don't know that it exists in Jamaica. So I want to bring awareness. I've been trying to do that over the years. So yeah.
So where exactly do you have the classes?
Classes are held at NDTC Studios, that is on the same property as Little Theatre, 4 Tamarcom Drive, Kingston 5.
Nice. Now, wedding dance choreography, that cannot be easy. And as many persons know, your first dance is like an iconic moment. You'll never get that moment again. What is the creative process like in choreographing for a couple?
All right, so the process is different based on each couple. You have some persons who are very fussy. They want the lifts and the dips and the splits and all of these things. I have persons, Rashida, really can't dance. We just don't want to look that boring. So once it is that I have the conversation with each couple, I listen to what they want, and my question is always, what do you envision on the day? They tell me what they want, and I make that come true.
Now, I've seen your social media pages, and I just see the passion through all your posts. What really inspires you to continue dancing? I mean, you have a whole community of friends here right now, just watching you. Like, what inspires you to continue dancing?
The feeling that I get when I dance. And when I dance, I feel like nothing else exists in the world. It's an outlet for me, and it has grew over the years past me, because I've felt this way whenever I dance, and I said to myself, I don't want to be selfish. I should not be feeling this good. So it translates into teaching. I want other persons to learn how to, so they too can actually feel how I feel when I dance.
And I love that. And not just you, but you have so many other Jamaicans who are really passionate about, dance overall, but they're just confused, like, where do I start? How do I make this into a career? What recommendations would you give to someone who is thinking about creating a career out of dancing in Jamaica particularly?
First, they have to work on their skills. Persons won't come to you, or persons will not feel as confident in you if they don't see what you have to offer. So you have to work on your skills first, and then you have to bring awareness. Because I believe that persons are out there who want what you have, but they can't hire you, or you can't start a business if they don't know about you. So once it is that you work on yourself, you know exactly what you want, and then you can venture off over that side.
Now, in terms of chemistry, like what is the chemistry like that you have to create with your dance partner? Because I noticed you have 2 dance partners. Two? Or one?
Well, I started off with 2, but even it's just mainly 1 now. But those are just, well, business, but...
Yeah, business, of course, but you still have to have that form of chemistry with your dance partner in order for persons to feel whatever you're doing. You know, how do you choreograph with other persons for, you know, duos or for
my partners or my partner at the time? We have to, the more you dance, you get to feel out each other. And dance is not just physical. I think it's an energy that's also there. So we feed off each other's energy. So once it is that you're in that mood, you're in the whole vibe, and the energy starts to flow, then the chemistry will come. And that is what I also teach my students when they're getting, well, the students that are getting married and just my students overall. If you're in a relationship where wedding is concerned, you're in a relationship, you already should have somewhat of a chemistry with their partner. So what I do, I teach them how to execute, and based on the execution, they now find out how each other move, and from that, the energy will come, which will then lead into them having chemistry.
Nice. Now, another question. Latin, couple dances, sexy heels. Which do you prefer? I mean, it could be all 3, but you have to choose one.
I'm going to be honest. I prefer sexy heels. Because it's not just teaching females how to dance in heels. It's way more than that. And why? A lot of persons, it's not just stemming from dancing, it's stemming from self-love, it's stemming from acceptance of oneself, and a lot of persons are walking around insecure, females in general, and that's why it's only for females, because I realize that they're walking around, you have a lot of persons who don't like themselves, they don't know that they can dance, they want to dance, they're afraid to dance, and all of these things. So what I do is to create an environment that teaches them how to. When they come, they're not judged. They can express themselves freely, and they also have someone who believes that they can. And by virtue of that, every week I see each of my ladies, one come fully clothed, because when you come to my class, there's a dress code. You cannot wear gym clothes. If you're going to work, you would not wear gym clothes to work. So you're coming to my sexy heels. Yes. You dress the part, you feel sexy when you dress sexy, when you're looking in the mirror and you see your body executing those moves while in your sexy clothes. It's a different vibe.
I love that. So, woman empowerment.
Yes, you have to. So when you come to my class, I say to them, we have a dress code here, and it's strictly sexy. So I find that each week, some of the shy ladies coming out, you see that they try a new outfit, or they come and, you know, some person that you would never ever get in a tight up here, you know, they probably come in a little tight, and they start to get a little bit more comfortable. Because what the routine on a Sunday does, it teaches you to love yourself. Because when you look in the mirror, you have to love what you see. And you cannot allow, and you can't expect other persons to love you if you don't love who you are. Now, my aim is to actually change lives through dancing. And I've started that. And that is why I prefer sensual healing, because it's not just teaching somebody on one routine for a special night. It's actually changing their lives for a lifetime.
I love that. I love that. So changing lives through dancing. I mean, this is not it for Rashida Bignall. It's not it for Rash Royalty. What's next on the agenda?
For me, I want to go global. So I'm working on partnering with other persons from overseas, because I think in Little Jamaica, they don't know that you have this Rasta lady down here creating storm. So I want to show you what I'm doing here, and also learn from other persons as well. So that is my aim, to actually bring Jamaica and Rash Royalty global.
Yes. So So in going global, is there anyone in particular that you'd love to partner with, or
Not anyone.
teach? Any celebrity you'd love to teach some Latin dance?
Of course, because I mean, for right now, you have a lot of persons who are doing crossovers, because I saw that Shensia, she did a video with, I'm not even remembering the guy's name, but there was a little Latin section there, and I'm like, if they ever knew about Rush Royalty, I would have helped them to create
profile.
So you do have quite a few persons, but to be honest with you, I would like to work with celebrities and everything, but for some reason my passion is to actually help persons who are just regular people.
Like me.
Like regular people. Because it is so interesting how sometimes I get random messages from persons, and actually a lady sent me a message one time and I cried. She was coming to my class and she was going through a divorce. I didn't even know that she was, and she was like, Rashida, I couldn't have gotten through this if it wasn't for dancing. And when I look at it, I'm saying it's not just teaching them to love themselves as well, it's actually creating an environment where that it can be an outlet for them, somewhat therapeutic.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
So I think through dancing overall, because even with my wedding couples, I have a couple that literally jumped on me when they completed, and they were like, this is my dance part, this is my dance teacher, this is my dance teacher, because they didn't actually think that they could. So when they executed everything, and then the bride, which was the wife, reminded me, she was like, Rashida, I want to express something to you. Dancing was the only thing that they had for themselves, because with the wedding, they had to be, the mother want this, the father want this, then the family want this. It's for everybody. So she explained to me that the dancing was for them, and it helped them to bond as a couple as well, because with Latin dancing you have to trust your partner, and it's almost like a marriage. You can't go in there not trusting your partner. You have to ensure that, all right, if it is that I'm going in that wall, if I'm falling, I'm trusting that he will be there to help me. So even when I'm teaching my wedding couples, I somewhat use dancing to help them with relationship as well, because it comes hand in hand.
Boy, I really, really love that, Rashida. So from, empowering females to love themselves to making couples bond even more, you're doing great things. You're dynamic and we love it. But, for everyone watching right now who, they aren't a dancer, but they want to come learn a dancer too. And for a couple who is considering to get married soon, what are your social media handles? How can we get in contact with you?
All right, my number is 842-9403. You can call me on that. And I am also on Instagram, which is Rash_royalty. And also TikTok, which is Rash_royalty. And on Facebook, Salsa Royalty Fitness. So they definitely can reach me there.
Nice. Thank you for joining us, Rashida. It has been great, and I'm looking for amazing things from you when you're going global and everything.
Thank you so much for having me.
Shensia, look out for her. Thank you all for joining us for Caribbean Creators. I'm your host, Brittany Brown, and stay tuned for our next episode.